Top-ranked UFC featherweight Bryce Mitchell, who is renowned for his skill in the cage, recently told an unusual hunting story that has fans both surprised and intrigued. Mitchell, who is well known for his love of nature and hunting, described a time when he used an unusual method for taking out a deer. Here is what he said. "That happened. Not like the biggest doe ever, but definitely not a small one. I was hunting with a crossbow and I had my scope electrical taped on there. I guess when I got out to the woods the tape wiggled loose and I was shooting and missing. I'm not kidding because my scope was taped on. I called the doe in for like 2.5 hours. It fell asleep and I took a shot and I missed. I just climbed down the deer stand and I said I'm going to try to get my hands on it. I waited till it went back to sleep and I went real quiet down the deer stand and I was like, I'm going to do it. Before I slid the choke and I texted my coach and I told him to help. Slid my left arm in and I proceeded to choke it to death." Fans have been enthused by Mitchell's story, and many have praised his bravery and resourcefulness. The episode highlights Mitchell's capacity to think creatively, even under the most unusual situations, and shows his love of hunting. Gordon Ryan, a master of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, has been invited by UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones to help him prepare for his forthcoming matchup with Miocic. Ryan's most recent social media post has increased rumors that this is maybe Jon Jones' final fight in the cage. Here is what he said. "Another few days of work with the man Jon Jones. I'm looking forward to watching him put on a show for the fans and getting ready to soon after leave the sport at the top, on his terms, and unbeaten. What an honor to be a part of this camp." The combat sports world will be intently watching Jon Jones' development and performance throughout the training camp. It would surely be a significant moment for the sport, marking the end of an era and confirming Jones' status as one of the greatest fighters to ever step foot inside the cage, should this actually be his final appearance there. Dana White, the CEO of the UFC, recently criticized Bellator and questioned why would anyone buy this organization. Nevertheless, Bellator president Scott Coker seemed unfazed by the remarks and responded to Dana White. Here is what he said. "I didn't even hear that, so I don't know how to comment. But we have a great company and you talk about a clear number 2 in the space. Nobody has the fighters that we have, nobody can pack this arena like we packed it other than the UFC. So when I think about negative comments coming from other promoters, it is what it is. I'm not really impacted by that. I really try to focus on the business at hand, what's important to the growth of this company and the growth of our employees to try and keep this going forward. We'll see where the future goes as far as if a deal is gonna happen or not gonna happen." The ongoing back and forth between the leaders of UFC and Bellator is evidence of how fiercely competitive the MMA industry is. While there may be complaints, Scott Coker's unwavering confidence in Bellator's direction shows that the company has no plans to slow down. Conor McGregor recently performed at his Dublin bar, wowing the crowd and preparing for his eagerly awaited return to the UFC arena against Michael Chandler next year. McGregor approached a punching machine to demonstrate his strength. He is recognized for his powerful left-hand strikes. He started out with just 1 point, which the spectators found hilarious, leading the dynamic fighter to comment that he had damaged the machine. McGregor continued to attempt the task without giving up. This time, the machine scored an amazing 858, which dispelled any lingering doubts about his formidable punching prowess. Immediately, comparisons to some of McGregor's opponents in the octagon were made. Notably, he outperformed Dustin Poirier, a longtime rival, who scored a respectable 847. Leon Edwards, the welterweight champion, also put his skills to the test on the same machine and earned a score of 843. The legendary boxing champion Mike Tyson has spoken about the forthcoming matchup between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. As is well known, Mike Tyson is training Francis for that fight, which makes it even more exciting for the fans. Tyson's skills should give Ngannou's already potent arsenal a new dimension. Here is what he said. "I am helping Francis. I am learning what he is able to do. He's able to do so much more than I anticipated. He has what it takes to knock out anything or anybody standing in his way. Once he lands a punch on Tyson Fury's jaw, he is going to knock him out too. Nobody can survive that. My philosophy for fighting people and knocking them out was just put as much pressure on them as I could. It was just pressure, pressure, pressure. Make them make mistakes and then counter with a knockout. Simple as that. The next Francis Fury match has already sparked intense debate among fans. With the combined power of Tyson and Ngannou, this fight is shaping up to be a momentous occasion that could alter the history of modern combat sports. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of MMA, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you never miss an update. Also leave a comment below with your thoughts on today's news. Keep supporting the sport, and we'll see you in the next one.